Hi, I'm Chloe, and welcome to episode 1 of my Figura tutorial series. In this series, I'm going to be going from the very basics of Figura to some quite complex, more advanced things. So, I hope it's helpful and I hope you're able to enjoy. Figura is a fabric mod for Minecraft and allows you to customize your player models significantly. Now, this varies from very simple things like, say, just adding ears to your player model to more complex things like replacing your player model completely with something else and having Lua scripting and all sorts. It is very customizable. Now, Figura is a client-side mod. You don't need to install it on the server you're running it on. Figura has its own servers that you connect to and you download the avatars from. So yeah, literally all you have to do to have Figura is install Figura mod and then boom. Other people can see your avatar. It's great. Saw nothing. Now, to be clear, this tutorial series is for the rewrite of Figura, not the pre-write. So this is version 0.1 and onwards, not 0.0.1 to 0.0.8. Those are the pre-write versions. Alright, I will now explain how to install the mod. Now, as of currently making this video, the Figura rewrite isn't available on Modrinth or CurseForge, but you can get the preview versions on the Discord server. So I'll have the link in the video description. You can just click the link, join the Discord, make sure you read the rules. Wouldn't wanna not do that. I am serious. Read the rules, please. Then just go into the releases channel here and find a rewrite version. This one will do. Alright, I now have this, so I'm just going to put this on my desktop for later. Now you're also, of course, going to need to install Fabric and the Fabric API. If you already know how to do that, just skip ahead. I'll have a time code. So you can get Fabric pretty easily, just search it up. Then make sure you both get the installer, which is the Fabric loader. Download for Windows, or if you're in Mac or Linux, get the jar. Make sure you have Java installed, blah blah blah. And then just run that for the version of Minecraft. That will really depend on which Figura version you're using. Currently, once again, as I'm making this video, it's 1.18.2, so that's the version I am installing. Yep, now I need the Fabric API. So Fabric API, go into here, and I'm going to get one specifically for 1.18.2. Now, Fabric should have created a profile for me, which I should just be able to use. If I run this, it will create a mods folder in my Minecraft directory. Now, if you don't have a Minecraft directory, you can simply type %appdata %. It'll take you to your roaming folder. You go to .minecraft. I've created this mods folder once the game actually launches, of course, and it's launching now. Alright, and then grab the Fabric API, grab Figura, and close this, close Minecraft. If you already had a mods folder, you don't really need to start with the game first. That's just an easy practice. Load up the game, and you can see Figura is now installed. Easy as that. Alright, now you have the mod in the game. Well done, I'm so proud of you. Now I need to show you how to actually use it. And before that, I want to explain a couple things. So, Optifine is a mod that exists. Optifine is closed source. Optifine doesn't play friendly when you're trying to do custom rendering things. Figura does that a lot. Figura doesn't work with Optifine. Because Optifine's closed source, Figura can't munch on the source code and fix incompatibility issues, and because of that, Optifine doesn't work with Figura. Wow, this music's really peaceful. I haven't heard it before. Is this a vanilla game? Do I have a resource pack on? I've added lots of new music to Minecraft. It's been so cool. Now, there's plenty of alternatives you can get to Optifine, like sodium, or if you want shaders, iris, which is just sodium with Optifine shaders kind of built into it. And yeah, they'll give you that performance boost while still being compatible with Figura. The song is so good. Seriously, when was this added? Goodbye, amazing music. I will miss you. This is a sad day. A very sad day. Alright, with the memorial service concluded, I now want to show you how to get a Figura avatar. Now, in the future, you'll be able to get your avatars through the avatar browser, but as you can see, as of making this once again, doesn't exist. When it does exist, I'll create a separate video. But as for now, I'm just gonna show you how to get it through the Discord. In the showcase place area, you can see there is Prewrite Avatars, and you can just... There's also just normal avatar. This is for the Prewrite. So these won't necessarily work on the rewrite. So in Rewrite Avatars, you can literally just download the zip, then open up the folder here, move this inside of the avatars folder, then extract it using 7-zip, delete the original. Now it's like this with a single file, but it doesn't really have to be. And here you go. I now have the plushie avatar. Isn't it great? While we're here, I think it would be best to explain what files are inside an avatar. So you have your avatar.json. This is required for every single avatar. Every single avatar should be inside a folder inside the avatars folder, and then there should be an avatar.json. There doesn't need to be anything inside it. It can be completely empty. In this case, it's not. But yeah. Next we have player underscore model dot bb model. So this is a Blockbench 3D model file. So if we open this in Blockbench, you can see this is the model we see in game. You can also see it has a texture file attached to it. So Figura will actually use this texture file. It will completely ignore this texture. In fact, we don't need it at all. I could delete it, load up the model again, and you can see it's perfectly fine. You can have as many of these Blockbench files as you like, and there isn't a master Blockbench file. I'll demonstrate that later. And yeah, finally we have the script.lua file. So this is a Lua scripting file, a little file that allows you to create just a small little program in your avatar, like this one, which in this case isn't a small little program. Wow, I would have not expected this much. Okay. And you can have as many as you want. That's another thing, which is pretty cool. If you're more advanced into programming, you might be like, there's not a master script file. How's that going to work? You can kind of control the order through the JSON and through the script itself. I'll explain that later. That's not important right now. The capabilities of what you're able to do with these programs are, of course, stripped down, so you can only interact with things, inside of the game. But you can still get quite creative with them, which is really great. To demonstrate that you can have multiple avatars at the same time, I'm just going to download this one. Going to open it up. Going to grab both of these. Going to place them in here. And now you can see, I think those should be moving. I don't know, it might not be working. Oh, she blacklisted the script. Let me just fix that. There we go. Now we have two avatars at once. Figura is so cool. Now, if you want, you can get an avatar from Avatar Showcase, which is for the Prewrite, and you can kind of use it in the rewrite. Just keep in mind the script will be completely broken. Like, none of this makes any sense to the Figura rewrite. This is all made for the Prewrite, so it just won't. But the block punch model itself should be fine. Like, I should just be able to copy this, paste this into this abomination that I'm apparently creating, and you can see the model is in here, but none of the cool scripting stuff exists. This is quite the abomination. Alright, so you've got your avatar and it's really great, but your friends will actually be able to see it because this is just a client-side version. If I reload it, you can see other people actually see nothing. So what you need to do is you need to upload it to the backend, and you should get this message here. If I reload it, you can see it is now in the backend, so other people will be able to see this avatar. If I hit this button here, it will delete it from that. Alright, so in this version of Figura that doesn't seem to exist yet, but in the future, hitting this will clear your avatar from the backend. Now there's some very useful information down the side here. There is the size and the complexity. The size is how large the file size of your avatar is, and the complexity is how many faces there are in your model. So if your file size is over 100 kilobytes, you won't be able to upload it to the backend. So you'll still be able to use it, but no one else will be able to see it. Complexity, you can upload however much complexity you like, but just keep in mind the higher it is, the less likely it is that people will be able to see all parts of your avatar. Because people can customize how much complexity is allocated to you in the trust menu. Because of course, the more complexity you have, the more laggy it's going to be. Now, if you've uploaded your avatar, but people are still having issues seeing it properly, or you're having issues seeing someone else properly, it might be because you don't have the trust settings correctly set up. By default, everyone is set as untrusted, which means they're restricted to all of these things. Now you can change that with this slider here, which will give them more permissions. But you can of course customize all you want. You can also right click here, set trust. Trust menu. Very useful. Make sure you know how to use it. Settings are here. You can change all the settings you want. Fun fact, Figura has a built-in paper doll so that you can look at your model while in first person and doing cool things. It's actually really handy for avatar creation, or if you just want to look at your avatar. I hope all of this has been helpful and you've been able to learn the basics of using Figura. In the next video, I'll go into the very basics of creating a Figura avatar, because why download other people's avatars? You can create your own. I mean, one answer to that is laziness, and that will be perfectly valid and understandable. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed. Bye!